Dear Professor, today I will introduce my paper, Research on Brand Signaling Difference between Manufacturing and Service, based on Smart Wireless Sensor Network Technology. I will divide my paper into 4 parts: Introduction, Hypothesis Development, Data and Empirical Results, and Conclusion. The first part is introduction. This study applies big data survey with information technology, sparse and RMOS software analysis to develop and test a conceptual model of brand value to explore students' perception of brand value across diverse consumption stages for manufactured goods and services. This offers original insights into the integration of value co-creation theory and signaling theory, showing that students' perception and interaction is highly related to the degree of their signal perception and information reception. And this makes brand investment and brand consistency in consumption stage and 3 perceived paths in pre-consumption stage perform differently for manufacturing brands and service brands. Our findings contribute to the literature in the following ways. Firstly, we contribute to the standard research on the comparison between manufacturing and service brands from students' perception across various consumption stages. Secondly, our results are closely related to both signaling theory and value co-creation theory in explaining brand signaling from a consumer's perspective across different consumption stages. Thirdly, we contribute to the comparison between the 2 consumption stages, which is largely overlooked by the previous study. The second part is hypothesis development. The first one is this is our model. Brand value, perceived quality over price, perceived safety, information cost saved, brand credibility, brand investment, and brand consistency. The first one is the positive relation between brand investment and brand credibility is more pronounced for the student's consumption of service goods than for manufactured ones during the consumption process with information. The positive relation between brand consistency and brand credibility is more pronounced for the student's consumption of manufactured goods than for services ones during consumption process. In pre-consumption stage, the mediation factor between brand credibility and brand value where saved information cost is more significant for the students' consumption of service goods than for manufactured ones. The fourth is, in students' pre-consumption stage, the mediation factor between brand credibility and brand value where perceived safety is more significant for manufactured goods than services. Brand credibility increases brand value through stabilizing perceived quality over price ratio. Such a mediation effect is more pronounced for student services consumption than for manufactured consumption in pre-consumption stage. This is pre-consumption, this is pre-consumption, and this is consumption. Our data and empirical results. We do a survey, and in the survey we asked many questions. For example, brand investment. The following brands invest much money on their products production. The following brands invest much money on their products publicity. This is two angles of the brand investment, and we collect the papers, the surveys from our audience, and we gather data and do some empirical results by our mouse and sparse software. Our conclusion: our results based on big data survey with information technology sparse and almost software analysis to find the previous argument of a service brand are more likely to adopt the service-dominated logic rather than goods-dominated logic when comparing with a manufactured brand. They are more consumer-oriented and tend to pursue customer-oriented strategies. In addition, our results indicate that the effectiveness of brand investment depends heavily on students' participation in the consumption stage. Direct brand investment can be facilitated by intense interaction between consumer and production. In pre-consumption stage, service brands contain less interaction from the student side. Services have more information asymmetry between students and firms. Since brands carry signals which convey information to students, brands are in better position to deal with uncertainty. Especially manufacturing brands can well communicate product safety information to students, and established service brands can better reduce information cost before purchase and improve cost performance than manufacturing ones. Consequently, in spite of huge value embedded in brands for both services and manufacturing firms, their signaling mechanism is different. This further implies that the functionality of brand value per se depends closely on the nature of the products behind. These results got from big data survey with information technology sparse and more software analysis to help us understand the differences on brand signaling between manufacturing and service. Thank you.